Do you feel like some habits may be holding you back from peace and happiness? In this video, we'll discuss 5 habits to leave behind as you age for a more peaceful life. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the red button for free advice on health and wellness. Let us know what country you're watching from in the comments. As we age, perfectionism can become a burden rather than a motivator. While striving for excellence has its merits, holding ourselves to impossibly high standards can lead to unnecessary stress, disappointment, and a sense of never being good enough. This habit of chasing perfection may have served you in your younger years when building a career, raising a family, or achieving personal goals. But as you grow older, it's essential to reassess whether this mindset still brings value to your life, or if it's quietly stealing your peace. Perfectionism often manifests as a fear of making mistakes, whether in maintaining relationships, managing your home, or even pursuing hobbies. You might find yourself hesitating to start new activities because you're worried about failing or not doing them the right way. However, embracing imperfection is the key to freedom. Life isn't about getting everything perfect. It's about enjoying the journey, making meaningful connections, and finding joy in small moments. To release perfectionism, start by shifting your mindset. Instead of aiming for flawless results, focus on doing your best in any given moment. For example, when preparing a meal, it's okay if the vegetables aren't chopped perfectly or if the dish doesn't turn out exactly as planned. What matters is that you nourished yourself and enjoyed the process. Similarly, when spending time with loved ones, remember that it's the connection and laughter that count, not whether your home looks spotless or your outfit is perfectly coordinated. Another way to combat perfectionism is to practice self-compassion. Speak to yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would to a close friend. When something doesn't go as planned, remind yourself that mistakes are part of life and don't define your worth. Instead of criticizing yourself for what went wrong, celebrate the effort you put in and what you learned from the experience. Letting go of perfectionism also means being okay with unfinished tasks. You don't have to tackle everything in one day. Prioritize what's most important to you and let the rest wait for another time. For example, if you're feeling tired, it's perfectly fine to leave a small chore undone and rest instead. By releasing the need to have everything perfect all the time, you'll find that life becomes more peaceful and enjoyable. Remember, there's beauty in imperfection. A crooked smile, a slightly messy home, or a garden that blooms unevenly all reflect the richness and authenticity of life. When you let go of the weight of perfectionism, you make room for what truly matters: peace, joy, and connection. As you age, it can become easier to recognize the importance of letting go of the need to control every aspect of life. This habit, while often rooted in good intentions, can cause unnecessary stress and anxiety. Trying to control everything, from daily routines to how others behave, ultimately drains your energy and prevents you from fully enjoying life's natural flow. It's crucial to understand that we can't control everything, and that's perfectly okay. The need for control often stems from fear of uncertainty, fear of the unknown, or a desire to feel safe and secure. While it's natural to want to create stability in your life, it's also important to recognize when things are outside your control. For instance, you can't control how others respond to you or the unpredictable changes in life, such as health challenges or family dynamics. Fighting to control these aspects only leads to frustration and an ongoing sense of powerlessness. One of the first steps in releasing the need for control is to acknowledge what you can and cannot influence. Focus on the things that you have the power to change, like your own actions, thoughts, and decisions. For example, you can control how you respond to challenges or how you prioritize self-care, but you can't dictate the circumstances or the behavior of others. When you recognize this distinction, you can start to relax into the flow of life rather than resisting it. Another helpful practice is embracing flexibility. Life is full of surprises, and rigidly sticking to one plan or schedule can prevent you from adapting to new opportunities or unexpected changes. For instance, if you planned a quiet afternoon but a family member calls with an urgent need, allow yourself to be flexible and adapt to the situation. While your initial plan might have been disrupted, the ability to adjust and go with the flow can lead to more rewarding experiences. Letting go of control also means trusting others and delegating when necessary. As you age, it's important to allow loved ones to step in and help, whether it's with household chores, errands, or emotional support. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It shows strength in recognizing that you don't have to do everything on your own. It also fosters a sense of shared responsibility and deepens relationships. Finally, practice mindfulness and acceptance. This means being present in the moment and accepting things as they are, without trying to change or control them. Mindfulness helps you to stop worrying about the future or overthinking the past, and instead, simply focus on what's happening right now. Whether it's savoring a meal or taking a walk, embracing the present moment can help you release the need for control and experience peace. In letting go of the need for control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open up to the natural flow of life. You'll find that, instead of trying to manage every detail, you can simply enjoy the beauty of living without the constant pressure of holding everything together. As you age, carrying the weight of grudges and resentment can be one of the most detrimental habits to hold on to. Holding on to past hurts or grievances only drains your energy, often for situations that are out of your control or that no longer serve you. While it's natural to feel hurt when others wrong us, it's important to understand that forgiveness isn't just about letting others off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden that weighs you down. Resentment can build over time, often based on misunderstandings, perceived injustices, or unresolved conflicts. These negative emotions can become like a heavy anchor, preventing you from moving forward and enjoying the present. The longer you hold on to resentment, the more it festers, often impacting your mental and physical health. The stress caused by holding grudges has been linked to increased blood pressure, anxiety, and even chronic pain. Letting go of these negative emotions isn't just an act of kindness toward others. It's an act of self-care. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget the wrongs done to you or that you condone harmful behavior. It simply means choosing to release the hold that resentment has over your life. It's about accepting that while you can't change the past, you do have control over how it affects you moving forward. When you choose to forgive, you allow yourself to heal and open the door to peace and emotional freedom. The first step in letting go of grudges is recognizing the emotional toll they take on you. Think about how the resentment you hold makes you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. Does it leave you feeling drained, anxious, or constantly angry? By understanding the impact of your feelings, you can begin to see how much energy you are spending on something that no longer serves you. Next, try to shift your perspective. Sometimes, simply viewing the situation from the other person's point of view can help you understand their actions, even if you don't agree with them. Recognize that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge, experiences, and resources they have at the time. By allowing room for compassion, you can start to see people and situations differently. It's also helpful to practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to feel hurt, but it's also important to move past that hurt. Rather than dwelling on what was done to you, focus on what you can do for yourself now. When you let go of resentment, you make space for healing, growth, and the opportunity to embrace the future without carrying the weight of the past. Forgiving doesn't necessarily mean reconciling with the person who wronged you, nor does it mean forgetting what happened. It simply means releasing the emotional hold the situation has over you. This process may take time, and it's okay to take small steps toward forgiveness. The key is understanding that the power to let go lies within you. When you choose to free yourself from resentment, you free your heart and mind, creating room for peace, joy, and deeper connections with those around you. Remember, letting go of grudges is not just about forgiveness. It's about reclaiming your inner peace. As you age, it becomes even more crucial to stop allowing negative self-talk to take root in your life. Many of us carry around a constant stream of inner criticism, often shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, or even the pressures we place on ourselves. But as you embrace this stage of life, it's essential to silence that inner critic and replace it with compassion and self-affirmation. The habit of negative self-talk can hold you back from experiencing the peace and contentment you deserve. Negative self-talk can come in many forms. Perhaps you find yourself thinking that you're not as capable as you once were, or that you're no longer useful to those around you. Maybe you criticize your appearance, health, or abilities, feeling as if you've lost something that was once so vibrant and full of potential. These thoughts can seem harmless at first, but over time, they erode your self-esteem and well-being. The truth is, negative self-talk is often a reflection of societal expectations or unrealistic standards we impose on ourselves. Aging doesn't mean you're any less valuable or capable. It simply means you have more wisdom, more experience, and more stories to tell. Learning to embrace the aging process with kindness and acceptance is a powerful step toward cultivating a peaceful mindset. One way to combat negative self-talk is by practicing mindfulness. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise in your mind, especially those that are self-critical. Once you become aware of them, challenge their validity. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Would I say this to a friend or loved one? More often than not, the answer is no. Negative thoughts are typically exaggerated or distorted, and recognizing this can help you detach from them. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Affirmations are simple, positive statements that you can repeat to yourself throughout the day. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm getting too old for this," try telling yourself, "I am full of wisdom and experience, and I am capable of learning and growing." These affirmations not only help reframe your thinking, but also remind you of your strength and resilience. Another helpful practice is to focus on gratitude. Every day, take a moment to reflect on the things you appreciate about yourself and your life. Perhaps you're grateful for your health, your relationships, or the lessons you've learned over the years. Focusing on gratitude shifts your mindset from what you lack to what you have, which in turn helps to foster a more positive and peaceful outlook on life. It's also important to remember that self-compassion plays a key role in this process. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would show to a friend when you make a mistake or face a challenge. Instead of criticizing yourself, offer understanding and encouragement. Recognize that being kind to yourself is essential for your well-being, and that you deserve to be treated with love and respect, both from others and from within. By letting go of negative self-talk and embracing a more positive and compassionate inner dialogue, you'll find yourself feeling lighter, more confident, and at peace with who you are. Self-criticism only serves to hold you back. It's time to replace it with self-love and acceptance, which will open the door to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. As we age, the fear of change can become a particularly difficult habit to leave behind. Change is an inevitable part of life, yet many of us resist it, especially when it involves things like health, family dynamics, or adjusting to new living situations. The fear of change often stems from the unknown and the comfort of the familiar, but holding on too tightly to the way things have always been can prevent you from embracing new opportunities and experiences. Letting go of this fear can be incredibly liberating, allowing you to live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The fear of change often manifests in a reluctance to try new things. Perhaps you're hesitant to adjust your routine, or maybe you resist upgrading your home to accommodate physical needs as you age. You might feel overwhelmed by the idea of making new friends or exploring new hobbies. But the truth is, change doesn't always have to be daunting. It can be exciting, refreshing, and full of possibility. One of the first steps to overcoming the fear of change is to acknowledge that it's normal to feel uneasy about unfamiliar situations. The key is to not let that fear control you or stop you from moving forward. Recognize that change can be a catalyst for growth, and without it, life would become stagnant and unfulfilling. Start by viewing change through a positive lens. Instead of focusing on the potential challenges, shift your focus to the benefits. For example, if you're moving to a new home or adjusting your lifestyle for health reasons, look at the opportunities that come with that change. Perhaps a smaller living space will reduce maintenance and free up more time for things you enjoy. Or maybe trying out a new activity will introduce you to new friends and hobbies. Change often brings with it a new perspective and fresh experiences that can enrich your life. Another powerful strategy is to take small steps. You don't need to make major changes all at once. Start by introducing small adjustments to your routine or environment. For instance, if you've been considering trying a new exercise routine, Begin with a simple stretch or a short walk, then gradually build up from there. The more comfortable you become with small changes, the more confident you'll feel when bigger changes arise. It's also important to recognize that change doesn't mean losing what you love or who you are. It simply means evolving. Your core values, passions, and interests will remain with you, but allowing space for change can enrich and expand your experience of life. Embrace change as an opportunity for reinvention, growth, and the chance to shape your life in new and exciting ways. Lastly, remember that seeking support during times of change can be incredibly helpful. Whether it's leaning on family, friends, or professionals, asking for help shows strength, not weakness. Change can feel less intimidating when you have a support system in place. Together, you can navigate the uncertainties and discover new paths forward. Letting go of the fear of change means stepping into a future full of potential and possibility. Instead of resisting change, embrace it as an exciting part of life's journey. By doing so, you'll find that life remains vibrant and full of opportunities, even as you age. As you age, embracing change and letting go of habits like perfectionism, the need for control, grudges, negative self-talk, and fear of change can bring a sense of peace and freedom. These shifts not only help reduce stress, but open the door to new opportunities, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling life. By practicing kindness to yourself, accepting the present, and letting go of what's no longer serving you, you create space for greater joy and tranquility. Remember, it's never too late to cultivate a peaceful, positive mindset.